Easy out of here. Easy out of here.
You ain't know that nigga that's gon' get it. You ain't know that nigga that's gon' get it. You ain't know that nigga that's gon' get it. I said you ain't know that nigga that's gon'. Okay. You ain't know that nigga that's gon'. You ain't no forever on go. You ain't know that nigga don't fold. You ain't know that nigga that be hotter than a motherfucker. You ain't know that nigga that's cold. You ain't know that nigga that'll show up with a bottle. Cause you know that nigga you ain't no go. You ain't know that nigga probably get the real late makers. You ain't know the motherfucking show. You ain't know that nigga with a whole lot of goals and a whole lot of $1 million missions. You ain't know that nigga with his shoes tied extra fucking tight. Cause the nigga never trippin'. You ain't know that nigga screaming, that ain't my business, man. You ain't know that nigga that's sippin'. Cause there's a whole lot of tea, but you ain't know it never fucking mention. You ain't no standing in, you ain't no studio, but you ain't no working, bro. You ain't no working, bro. You ain't no mixing while, you ain't no sipping while, you ain't no rolling up. You ain't no rolling up. You ain't no focus, cause you ain't no counting, man. This the type of shit to go through. So if you start talking again, you ain't no money, man. You ain't know it probably walk through. You ain't know that nigga that's gon' get it. Never number two, but still shitty. You ain't know that nigga probably say you ain't know a million times, man, cause you ain't no silly. You ain't know that nigga that be better than a motherfucker at the cause they call a nigga Dennis. You ain't know that nigga, man. You ain't know that nigga, man. You ain't know, man. Don't you get the picture? You ain't know that nigga don't fold. You ain't no forever on go. You ain't know that nigga probably got your whole legs and then fold. You ain't know I leave a drove. You ain't know that nigga with the heavyweight bars, but the bitch press the mic and get swole. You ain't know that nigga that be freestyling so fucking much, you forgot songs go. But I lost a couple homies, know they looking down smiling. Got too many hoes like a nigga back in college. Now a nigga out the fucking ride, I graduated, left a lot of people mad. What can I see? I was childish. New zip code, new bitch, new mileage, new number, new phone, but it's always on silent. Raking in the money cause I love it when it's pilot. Stay away from my pile, I ain't trying to get violent.